4208 O'Hare in Mesquite. Okay, exterior is actually not too bad. I mean, windows are pretty trashy. They want all of the fascia painted, and I think that's okay, 500, if we're just doing the fascia, nothing else. You start painting, obviously, all the other stuff, like, you can end up doing a bit more. I mean, that's gonna have to be repaired. That's a separate bid for repair. So I think it's okay on the exterior to a degree. Fence is awful. There's no mention of it. Here's another area they wanted repaired. They want $300. They want 3 panels moved, replaced, which is fine because that is quite high up. They're probably going to have to pull this electric box off to get them behind. And then obviously to cut anyway, put a cut in there to slide it in. Just have to cork the cut. More repair there. Something they asked for, only $250. To cement a ramp in here. We can. $250. Piece of cake. Probably 100 in the cement. But it's going to crack up and break instantly. I mean, it's too thin. As soon as you drive a car on it, it'll smash up. And it'll all just fall out. I mean, there's nothing for it to stick to. It's just a cheap fix, but for no reason. You bet if you're going to do it, you do it right. You probably want to cut from the crack here, cut it out, take all this out, and then re-concrete it in. 4 inches thin. That'll stop it breaking out. There's a lot of cracks in the walls. Again, we're not touching the fascias, we're just touching the fascia, so painting the fascia. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to want us to scrape it to a degree. Repair that bit of fascia. They did not mention anything about the end of this that should just be cut off. They did mention that fascia. I mean, state of this place, look at the windows. Nice little walkway here. Oh, the little apple tree on the back needs trimming, and then the trimming off the roof here. They give me $300 to get it off the house. That's easy, piece of cake. So I mean, it's if we're efficient, we could make a bit of money on the outside. But I mean, you make mistakes and then it soon goes. I mean, just a guy out here painting for a day, if he got it all done, including the paint, you're probably looking like $250. So you can make about 200, probably about 200 days. I've got the prep, so you got probably like $200 in profit on that if you can be efficient. Repairs, again, you could probably make $150, $200 in profit. That's really pretty much it in profit on the outside. When you come in the inside, they're talking, this is wobbly. I mean, there's a little screw you can screw in under there, and you can try and screw a south tap and screw in. It's still going to wobble because there's nothing on the end. I mean, it's what they do. New door slab, they quoted like $70. We could charge 110. All this wallpaper has to come off, and I think they actually give a good price to get the wallpaper off. That's all wallpaper to there. So paint, it's too cheap. It's $150. But then we're going to have to prep every light. They're keeping all the lights. There's areas that are going to need to be primed as well. I mean, this wall here is going to need priming. It's dark. I mean, if we're putting a light, it depends on the colour, but if we're putting a light colour on, that's going to need 2 coats, or this wall. Remove these shutters, blinds in there. They're cheap blinds they're cheap on the blinds. They've done a lot. I think they've done quite a few things already. I don't think we do the flooring. One bulb is missing, so they've asked for 1 bulb, so we have to try and match the bulbs. But that said, they've asked me, they've got other bulbs in the house they're not asking for that I don't match. So I don't really think they're that fussy about it. I mean, there's a bulb missing there, no mention of that one. But they're very specific is the issue. Well, I mean, saying that, I mean, they did say get the wallpaper off. Didn't mention patching, so there probably isn't any money in it once you've patched it up, because you're probably going to have to texture it after you take the wallpaper off. Yeah. This, I think, has just been left. There was no mention of this. Okay, in the kitchen, see how these all lift? Then one of these cut to size and put in. Now, that's fine. They break easily, so if we break them, we may end up buying more. So the price seems okay, but then it could go down real quickly. This, they want painted a trim color, so you're probably going to put 2-3 coats on this because it's cedar. It's not just going to, it's going to need a primer and probably 2 coats on it to not show through. They're ripping this kitchen out and putting a new kitchen in. Again, I'm working it out. About 1,300 for the granite. I think the cabinets, 8 cabinets, average 170 a cabinet. I mean, and that might include some end panels and stuff. That's good, and it's another 1,360. That gives you like less than $100. I mean, that's not even installing. That's just my opinion on it. It's cheap. Doable, yes, but you're not going to make any money. And well, you can do it. Anything in this house can be done without making money. Pull off this backsplash for $100 and retexture. Probably is fine. So they're probably going to want an upstand on that backsplash. There's a little bit more. But it's actually glued. No, it's actually tile adhesive. So that might be a bitch to get that off anyway. So you may end up having to cut that off. So that might end up being a loss. I mean, when you're sort of looking at such a small amount of money, even if it's just repairing it, it depends on how much damage is caused. Again, blinds. Don't want the blinds. The actual slats are fine. They're talking about they just want these brackets rehung. It's basically rehang it, and they want $50. You could probably make a little bit of money on that. Sounds like there's a siren going off outside. Not a good time to be in Dallas. This part of the ceiling has got to be tore out and repatched. I think this is $250. So pull it down, put a new one up. Yeah, it's doable. Gonna make much money. By the time 2 guys have put it up, and then he's sat a day patching them, getting it all textured, probably not gonna make much money on it, if any. They've asked for grills in most rooms. $25 a grill. Probably could actually get away with that. It's not bad. Okay, drywall repair. Have to clean this closet out. They want these painted. I think they were given like $150. It's actually good. They're shiny. They're going to need 2 coats. Probably prime on the first, and then maybe another coat, maybe 2. And they're actually a specific colour, so you're going to have to buy a specific paint for it, not just normal white. So, I mean, you got $25 in paint, and that's if you paint. If you have to put primer in, that's another $25, another $20 paint. Shelving needs painting, it's pretty bad. These bifolds are okay, but they're going to have to get painted. Replace the trim on top they asked for. I mean, that grill probably. Leave the lights. I mean, lights have been kept, so we've got prep work involved in this. Okay. In the garage, remove this wire. I mean, they get $10, but I mean, sure you just put it out and it'll be fine. Sheetrock repair there. It's too dark to focus. And then just push that one back up, which is fine. Cheap, but it was doable. What I did was a bit concerned about was the price for picking off this fabric stuff they've got. Now that's fine. It's fine. But the problem is it's stapled on, so you're going to pick out every staple. I mean, do you know what I mean? It's going to be a tedious job to go around every single little one of those. I mean, it's not going to be done in 10 minutes. It's going to be a few hours of probably someone just standing, picking to get it off. I mean, I don't know how fussy they're going to be. If you just got the main of it off, it might be fine, but it says remove all fabric off the wall. It's on the ceiling as well. So it's quite a bit. I mean, I think that's just a bit of a waste of money. But I think we'll do well on that. I think they, from what I remember, they did their own flooring. They did their own external locks because they key them all in. I think they must do their own HVAC, which is good because that HVAC price wouldn't have been good, and they've already secured the thermostat to the wall and put a new one on, so I'm assuming that's taken care of. They actually have already had bug bombs put out, which is good. A light bulb. They're keeping all these nasty fans. This room's the dark room. It's going to have to be completely primed out. I mean, it can be done for 150, but we're not going to walk away with any money. So it's just one of those things. Like, is it worth doing a job and not making money on it? Especially whilst we're so busy. Because they're going to want this. I think they want this done by the 16th, which means it's not impossible right now because we can't get to it next week. So we're going to have to, and it's going to have to be hit hard. Cork tub. They didn't mention this, but there's drywall repairs needed. Replace this for a light ceiling fan light. Again, too cheap. I charge more. New shower head. Cover plates. They've actually not done bad on the cover plates and stuff. That receptacle is actually burned. So they're actually not done too bad. Okay, this is the bed 2. If you see, those 2 bulbs are already different colour and they've only asked for 2 more. So, I mean, they obviously did not worry about the bulbs not matching. Change out the sockets, where asked. Where there's that one and that one, blue, they don't have power, so they've given us 150 to diagnose. It's probably just one of these not connected in the run. The alarm's going back off again. Sounds like an air raid siren. The tornado siren. If drywall, you just all get painted out. Just prime on the floor in some of the closets. Okay. Let's see. There's your new thermostat. It's definitely working, the AC, because it's freezing in here. I mean, it's colder than I have in my house, and I live in my house. Okay, master bedroom. This needs replacing, baseboard, and then all on that window needs replacing. That's all they're replacing in this room. It's water damage and swelled up. I mean, this box they're probably going to want taken off the wall. There's no mention of it, but it's not even connected, so rip it off and do away with it. They're probably looking at blinds. There was no mention of that drywall repair, but it's going to have to be done. I mean, you can't paint the house with damage. They're asking for a new fan here, but they've only asked for $68. I don't even know if you can buy a fan for $68. And if you can, you're not going to have any money to install it. I think the ones we bought before, the cheapest ones were like $50, and we had to take them out of the house because they were so bad for lighting. That could be pulled out. I think, like I said, I think they did the flooring. If not, they have a price per square foot in there that you can look at and see if it's doable. I always just rather let Dixie look because of the take up and stuff, and not have to guess. I mean, I put it to be determined, and then I don't want to get us into trouble with not being able to pay for that. I'm assuming they're leaving these black, but I would assume they're going to paint the back door. Back door, I mean, I wouldn't leave the door trim black, I'd paint it white personally, but I mean, otherwise, I mean, it'd be easy to try and paint it, because I'm going to touch it up anyway, so. But I'd leave these just units black, paint the rest white. Shower's fine, just they said I think shower head, some drywall repair there, some drywall repair there. New toilet seat and guts. Again, they're cheap on choices. There's cracks, but unless it's an issue, I don't see any leaking in there. I wouldn't worry about it. Other than that, this bathroom's fine. Oh, they did ask for a new fan too. Again, a bit cheap, but. And in the other vanity, they wanted some hinges changed, but I think it was to match no doors. It's 2 hinges, $40, but it's just as long as we can find them. All right, so that'll do it.